5 lights are lighting up for the 2016 Bahrain Grand Prix, and it's underway, and everyone's got off to a decent start. Looks like we've got the edge of Max Verstappen there. Lewis Hamilton moving to the far right hand side. Is he going to dive up the inside of a load of cars going into turn 1? But if he's going to want to make it work, he's going to have to defend much better than that, as he just left the inside open to us. And we know Ricciardo of that Red Bull, he's got a Tag Heuer engine, we've got a Mercedes engine, and breezed past him. I mean, DRS hasn't even been activated yet, and we got past him comfortably, going around the first corner all by himself, and his engine's gone. That's the second race in a row that Gutierrez's engine has just blown up on him. The safety car is in, and Vettel's going to bring our cars back to racing conditions, and we're going to get the run on Lewis Hamilton. But obviously we know Hamilton in that Mercedes, with that Mercedes engine, we got no DRS, and we can't dive up the inside of him. We're just slightly too far back, so we're in 4th place. And Nico Rosberg, he's got the run on Sebastian Vettel, easily got by, and that's his Vettel dropping down to 2nd place. So Daniel Ricciardo's going to try and make the move, and there is Max Verstappen. He has resurfaced, and Ricciardo has gone down the inside of us going to the first corner, but we're going to hold it round the 2nd corner. He got past Vettel, and even when he's on the mediums and Vettel was on the softs, he was able to maintain his lead, and Nico Rosberg is going to win the 2016 Bahrain Grand Prix. But as I've said, with that Tag Heuer, that Renault engine, whatever you want to call it, he will not have the legs to get past us, even with DRS, and thanks to that, we're going to hold 4th place at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
This is Formula One.
Right then guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for part 3 in my F1 2016 Williams career mode, and we're skipping straight into practice, the track acclimatization, and obviously we need to gather some more resource points, because we really do need to upgrade the car. I mean, we had an alright performance last time, but the pace at the last race, I mean, we finished ahead of both Red Bulls, but we clearly do not have a quicker car than them, so that's why we're doing the practice, doing the track acclimatization to get some more resource points. And then the qualifying pace, so the qualifying pace one I haven't actually shown previously, but it's pretty self-explanatory really. Just beat the target time, and we did their first attempt actually. We beat the purple time there, so there's no point doing the other 2 laps, and that's good. That's going to get us some more resource points. And then here's the third and final one. The tyre management. Now again, I haven't shown this one previously before, but I cannot get to grips with this. So as you can see, the tyre wear's in the green, but then I go around this corner and it's going into the red. I mean, I don't understand this, because there I went onto the grass, fair enough, but I don't see how on this track you can do it, because it seems like the only way you can get the tyre wear in the green or the purple is to not turn round the corner, stupidly enough. Anyway, the tech race, as you can see, Renault have got an upgrade there, but they're still the 3rd worst team, and we've now gathered the resource points through all the practice to reduce the chassis weight. So yeah, that will come in hopefully for the next race, the Russian Grand Prix. We're still at the moment the 4th best team, but yeah, on to the qualifying report. Qualifying for the Chinese Grand Prix saw both Manners end up in 22nd and 20th, led by Rio Haryanto. Both Saubers didn't fare much better in 21st and 18th, with Felipe Nasr the quickest of the 2. Nico Hülkenberg was a surprise knockout in 19th place, with Jolyon Palmer, the lone Renault, to be knocked out in 17th place. Kevin Magnussen will line up just ahead of his teammate after being the slowest in Q2. Sergio Perez finished Q2 in 14th, in between both Haas. Fernando Alonso was the lone McLaren to be knocked out in Q2 in 11th place. Red Bull had a heart-pounding session, with Ricciardo finishing on the cusp of the elimination zone in 10th place. Max Verstappen though was knocked out in 12th place after he failed to make it into the top 10 on the harder compound of slick tyre. The top 10 shootout saw rain come in at the start of the session, with Nathan Quinn going fastest initially on the super softs for Williams. After that though, everyone went out on the intermediate tyres, and even Quinn's run initially on the super softs wasn't quick enough to see him finish at the top end of the top 10, so even he had to go out on the intermediate tyres. But with the track worsening, it was Nathan Quinn for Williams who's able to take pole position and take advantage of the changing track conditions. His compatriot Lewis Hamilton will start the race just alongside. Nico Rosberg and Kimi Raikkonen share the second row, with the other Williams of Valtteri Bottas in 5th, just ahead of Daniel Kvyat. Row 4 is shared by Jenson Button and Carlos Sainz, with Daniel Ricciardo in 9th and Sebastian Vettel in 10th, having both failed to set a lap time in the tricky final qualifying session. Right then, so here we are on the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix, and as you can see on the race strategy screen, Williams saying we should do 2 sets of soft tyres and then a final stint on the medium tyres. Now this is weird because our best lap in Q2 was done on the super softs, so it's weird. It's like the game's got the rules that used to apply in qualifying, where it was your quickest tyre in Q3 that you carried over, but it's not. It's your quickest tyre in Q2. It's weird, it's a minor little glitch, but it means that we're allowed to start on the soft tyres, which is nice. I mean, we shouldn't, we should be forced to stick on the super softs, but it's the same for everyone in the top 10, so that's hunky-dory. But anyway, on the grid from pole position for the 2016 Chinese Grand Prix, and the lights are out and away we go. Off to a pretty decent start. We've still got Lewis Hamilton behind us, Nico Rosberg obviously in 3rd, Kimi Raikkonen. We got to watch out for all of these people heading into turn 1. And we've been able to keep the lead actually. Hamilton hasn't made the move. I mean, Raikkonen's got past Nico Rosberg. I'm sorry there's not a great deal of replay cameras at the start of this race, because basically I had to do a mid-session save, so that's why you didn't see a replay of the race start, and there's a few which don't have replays, a few moments anyway at the start of the race. But anyway, so heading on to the 3rd lap, we're still in the lead. And, you know, the Williams, basically the straight line speed in this car, which we saw in Bahrain, really helping us out. But, you know, it's lap 3, DRS has been enabled, and we got Lewis Hamilton right up behind us. He's going to try and dive it up the inside. And is he going to make the move stick? Well, he's significantly ahead, but we're going to get the switch back on him. We're going to get the traction. And I think we have got a slight advantage on here, but obviously he's got the inside line heading into the next corner, so we're going to back out of that because there's no way we're going to make that move work. We've still got Kimi Raikkonen behind, and Raikkonen is on the super softs. Me and Hamilton, we're only on the softs, so we have got to watch out for Kimi. And going into the first corner, whoa, we broke significantly earlier. Maybe Hamilton broke late because he is really running out wide there. And yeah, we're just going to hold it tight around the first, second corner. And Hamilton, he came into view, he thought about making a move, but just couldn't do it. So we're still holding the lead for the time being, but we've got to watch out for Lewis Hamilton, and we've got to watch out for Kimi Raikkonen. And here we are, Romain Grosjean, he's ahead of his teammate, and he's behind a Renault, and his engine's gone. That means that's the first consecutive race where a Haas has had an engine blow up. How ridiculous is that? I mean, the first 2, Gutierrez had an engine blow up, this time it's Grosjean, but Haas have not had both cars finish a race so far this season. As extraordinary as that is, and now Kimi Raikkonen is in 2nd place. He's going to try and make a move, and no, he hasn't made it work, but now he's in 2nd. He is a real threat for us because, you know, he's on the quicker compounded tyre, and he's in a Ferrari, so we can't forget about him, but we may as well because he has just gone into the pits. A little bit early, I guess, but I mean, we don't really know quite what the tyre wear is like on the super soft, so now it's Hamilton back into 2nd, Nico Rosberg in 3rd. So both Mercedes are still a real threat, and they seem to be on the better race strategy by starting on the softs. And Lewis Hamilton once again is going to try and make the move, and he's significantly ahead at this point, and we can't dive it at the inside of him. And yeah, I think he's going to pull away at this point because tyre wear is starting to kick in. And it just really, things started to derail at this point, although we did get DRS down the start, finish straight, and the AI being as unaggressive as they are on Codemasters F1 games, and we were able to hang it around the outside, or were we? Because Lewis Hamilton, he's still there, but we've got the better drive coming out of that corner. Jenson Button setting the fastest lap, don't ask me how, but he is, so that's good for McLaren there. Anyway, and skipping on to lap 7, start of lap 8, that's a load of cars behind coming in. I believe that's Lewis Hamilton. Again, I don't have the replay of them coming into the pits, so I don't know. Or was that... No, that was Nico Rosberg coming into the pits. It's still Hamilton in 2nd, and it's Valtteri Bottas who's now in 3rd. So that's great for the team as a whole with Valtteri Bottas in 3rd, but obviously differing race strategies. We don't know what Rosberg's doing. We don't know about Raikkonen. Who knows at this point? And Lewis Hamilton's got past us again, comfortably going down the massive back straight. And yeah, I think he's going to pull away at this point, although he might well be coming into the pits. I don't know if we're coming into the pits of this lap. No, we're both coming in. So it's a battle between the Mercedes and Williams pit crew, and we know in real life the Williams pit crew is very quick, but the Mercedes pit crew ain't exactly bad either. So this is a battle of the pit crews. Obviously Lewis Hamilton pulling into his pit box. We're the third one down, and a good stop for the Williams boys, but no, we've had to... Geez, loads of cars. We've had to let through loads of people. That's Max Verstappen, that's Sebastian Vettel. There's loads of guys we had to let through there. So we're in what is right now 12th place. Max Verstappen is behind us. He's on the mediums though. That's Daniel Ricciardo who's jumped us, I believe. He just went past. He's on the mediums. And Sebastian Vettel going really slowly out of the pit lane. He just hasn't got his tyres up to temperature. And yeah, we are now in 12th place, right up behind Ricciardo who's on the medium. So both Red Bulls are doing a different strategy. Well, we plan to go on the mediums at the end of the race, so we'll just have to see how well that goes. Now Valtteri Bottas is coming into the pits. Basically the last of the front runners to be coming into the pits, really, and going down the back straight. We got past Daniel Ricciardo, obviously, that very poor straight line speed that the Red Bull has, and obviously it's not going to be helped by the drive he had coming out of the corner previously, because he would have had a worse drive on those medium tyres than we did on the supers. Oh no, on the softs, which, you know, isn't going to help him. And a load of guys going to the pits. Valtteri Bottas damn nearly jumping us in the pit, so the overcut nearly worked for him there. So we're in 4th place. That's Lewis Hamilton in 3rd, Nico Rosberg in 2nd, so Rosberg jumped the pair of us there. And then the lead is someone, I don't know. I believe, though, in the lead it's someone who hasn't pitted yet. So Lewis Hamilton, we got the DRS on him. He hasn't got the DRS on Rosberg. And Rosberg on the medium. So Rosberg is doing the same strategy as both Red Bulls. In the lead, that is Esteban Gutierrez. So basically we're in 2nd place right now. And in fact, Gutierrez not looking in his mirrors. I mean, he doesn't have to let Rosberg through. This isn't a lapped position. This is a race position. But Gutierrez holding up Nico Rosberg. And we're going to go around the outside of Rosberg and Gutierrez. And, well, yeah, he's going to give up the place quite easily. And that means Gutierrez has basically given us the lead off of Nico Rosberg. So thanks, Esteban. You know, I know he's not the most liked driver on the grid, but he really has helped us out there. So we're about halfway into the race. We're here with Felipe Naz, obviously languishing down the back of the field. And his engine's gone now as well. So really not a good day for Sauber there. And actually for Ferrari engines as a whole. So that is one thing I've noticed, to be honest, in this game. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but Ferrari engines seem to blow up way more than any other engines. And anyway, on to lap 16. Behind that is Lewis Hamilton, who's gone into the pit. So it's still Rosberg in 2nd, but now it's Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd. So Hamilton pitting very early because obviously he's on the soft tyres like we are. So now it's just the medium runners left behind, or left directly behind anyway in track position. But much like in Australia, look at the clouds. It's going to rain. On the race strategy screen, the forecast, it said it was going to slowly worsen and then the rain was going to come in, but only a light bit of rain. And Nico Rosberg's overtaken us with a blown up engine and he swerved into us. Well, thank you, Nico Rosberg. I know your engine's blown up. I know you were pulling off to retire, but Nico Rosberg, with his final act, the final thing he could do in that race, he decided to take us out. Wow. Wow. Nico. What can I say? Mercedes, I mean, trying to help out. Obviously, the idea behind that, if Nico sideswipes me, then, you know, it's going to help out Lewis, isn't it? I mean, that was very cheeky. I mean, how can Nico Rosberg overtake us with a blown-up engine, then swerve into us, and then just pull off like nothing happened? I mean, the only good thing from that, is that we were due to pit in this lap anyway, so convenient timing, but, anyway, well, regardless, Nico Rosberg's out of the race. That is good. That's one main rival out of it. We're in 10th. We shouldn't have to stop again, but that's provided the rain doesn't come. So, we're down in 10th. I mean, we've got a load of people who need to stop again ahead of us, like including Daniel Kvyat, but how good is the race going at the moment? Well, not very well, to be honest. I mean, We don't know where Lewis Hamilton is, but almost certainly ahead of us. So, I would say almost certainly, significantly, because obviously we lost about 6 seconds in the pits, changing the front wing. So, yeah, things aren't going too great at the moment, although there's Max Verstappen leading it, so that is something interesting. We've got 2 Brits ahead of us, Jolyon Palmer and Jenson Button, and we went 3 abreast into that hairpin. Wow, I don't know how that worked, but that was 3 Brits going side by side, and we all made it through cleanly. Wow, I mean, and then coming out of the pits now it's Carlos Sainz, so we do need to get past him because he, I believe, has jumped us. So, you know, that just shows how badly affected we were by, you know, Rosberg sideswiping us. So, I think that means, essentially, we're in 6th. I don't think there's anyone ahead of us who needs to pit. So, yeah, we're in 6th place. I mean, that's Max Verstappen, who is now in, who's now ahead of us. And this race has just kind of derailed massively here. I mean, Max Verstappen, who knows whether he needs to pit again, because he's on the mediums, but I assume it's the same set of mediums he was on previously. I think that's why we were able to catch up with him so easily. And he's going to try and hold it around the outside, but his mediums must be much more worn than ours are. But as always with this game and the different tyre strategies, it's quite difficult to follow everyone's strategy simultaneously. But I think Max Verstappen might need to pit again. But on lap 22, the rain has come, and it has come badly. I mean, it is amazing in this game how quickly, from the rain falling, I mean literally, the rain started falling about 40 seconds ago and it's already undrivable. We caught up to Bottas, but the thing is though, is the Williams team want to bring in Bottas now and us a lap later, but there's no way I'm coming in a lap later. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive it up the inside of Valtteri Bottas, and that means now Bottas is going to Williams is going to double stack now, and what that means is that Bottas is going to be the one who's losing out in the pits and not us. Because, I mean, look, there is no grip. I mean, you could tell how slowly we're going and how slowly Bottas was going. The rain literally fell half a lap ago, and it's already undrivable on slicks. So, we're in 4th at the moment. Bottas is kind of out of the running because, well, we won't have to worry about him because now we're holding him up. Max Verstappen is behind us still, so we're in 4th place. The car's ahead of us. Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd, Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton, who is leading it, and we're all on the intermediate tyres. It's just now a sprint to the finish.
Some information on Vettel. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
So, Sebastian Vettel in 2nd place has got something wrong with his car. Now that could spice it up. He could hold up Ricciardo. He could fall back down into us. But I mean, there's only 4 laps left to go. I mean, I got that team radio message at the time and I thought, okay, but you know, Vettel's miles ahead. Well, there's Ricciardo streaking past Sebastian Vettel, but Vettel, you know, I thought he's miles ahead. You know, he's lost a bit of time, but oh well, that's literally us right behind. So we could get a podium, and Vettel held up Ricciardo, so potentially we could get 2nd place, because we saw in qualifying, I've got surprisingly good pace in the intermediate conditions, easily got past Sebastian Vettel with his wounded car, and now that means, out of nowhere, despite being sideswiped by Nico Rosberg, we're in contention for 2nd place. Don't ask me how, but, you know, going down the back straight, obviously with no DRS, not in these wet conditions, where we've got the slipstream and Daniel Ricciardo, it's now a case of can we outbrake him? No, we can't, but he's going to leave us the space. I mean, Ricciardo just being ultra cautious going into that corner, doesn't want to risk a spin because a podium is a good position to lose. But yeah, I mean, just the AI being overcautious. We're seeing a replay of it because here's when I actually got the replays again, and I mean, just Ricciardo just so cautious. I mean, that is just the AI. That is just the AI in this game, isn't it? I mean, I do love this game, but that is the one inexcusable point. Is that was just disgraceful. That the lack of aggression there was hideous. But anyway, Lewis Hamilton, helped by his teammate retiring, helped by his teammate sideswiping us, he's going to take a comfortable win at the 2016 Chinese Grand Prix. So well done to Lewis Hamilton there. And what can I say? He was quick. He was challenging us for the lead. If Nico Rosberg hadn't sideswiped us, maybe we could have won that. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to come around the last corner, and provided we don't stuff it into a wall, no we don't, and we're going to come across the line for 2nd place at the Chinese Grand Prix, and our first podium in the 2016 season. And also, I believe the first podium for Williams. Yes, it definitely is. The first podium for Williams in 2016 as well. So there's Toto Wolff there. We're going to get used to see him celebrating. Well, certainly for this season anyway, we're going to be seeing him celebrating a lot. There's Lewis Hamilton. And obviously, championship battle getting very interesting now between him and Rosberg, because both him and Rosberg have had they've just both been unlucky. I mean, Nico Rosberg to a greater extent, but there we go. Look at that. That is a perfect podium, pretty much, in my eyes. Lewis Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, and then me. I mean, look at that, collecting second place. Considering where the car is at the moment, we're still the 4th best team. Obviously, we have closed up to the 3 teams ahead of us, so, you know, we're not as uncompetitive as we were in the first race, but, there you go. I mean, look at that for a podium. I mean, Daniel Ricciardo not drinking the champagne out of a shoe, but one day I am hoping that will be a thing in this game. But anyway, Lewis Hamilton leading, or won the race rather. We're in second, that's Ricciardo. Vettel was able to take 4th. Valtteri Bottas so nearly passed Max Verstappen at the end. Like, Verstappen had no pace at the end of that race. I mean, Bottas was catching up that much at the end. And then below that, not really much to say, really. I mean, Button in 14th, Palmer 16th. What is there to say, really, at the bottom? So, on to the driver's standings, and Lewis Hamilton now leading the Drivers' Championship by quite some way. Obviously, Nico Rosberg retiring this race has basically given Hamilton a massive lead, but that's at the moment. We're 4th in the Drivers' Championship, Daniel Ricciardo 3rd, and then we got Vettel behind us. Constructors' Championship, nothing has changed apart from the fact we have overtaken Ferrari. So, there you go, the Constructors' Championship has got very interesting all of a sudden. Mercedes already into triple figure points, so I don't think we're going to be beating them this season. But if we can beat Red Bull, that would be great. But anyway, yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and next time it's the Russian Grand Prix. And at the time of me doing this commentary, I have already recorded the Russian Grand Prix. Quite an interesting one for a few reasons, but honestly, it is about to get very, very interesting in this career mode very soon. I mean, Russia's an alright race. Once we head into Spain, you have got to see the pecking order. It is remarkable. There is one team that rises up massively. I won't say which one, but it is worth tuning in for. So I'll see you then.